7 doctors said something about this tiny patch that honestly scared me. Because if they're right, there's a lot of us 55 and older that are suffering, and we don't have to.
My name is Rachel Maurice, and I am a former anesthesiologist, medical doctor, worked as an anesthesiologist in Canada for 20 years. So just to give context to that, all of my training prior to working took about 13 years. So 13 years plus the 20 years that I worked as an anesthesiologist. I left in 2021, seeing stuff in the last 21 months that I've been with the company that I've never seen in the 30 years that I have been in medicine. I do not say that lightly, and I do not say things that I don't mean. I'm usually quiet. Anybody that knows me knows I just won't say anything if I don't believe it. And what I've seen in the last 21 months, I have never seen in my 30-year career.
When a doctor says, I've never seen this in 30 years, man, that gets my attention. Yours too.
So I am going to now turn it over to my dear friend and colleague, Michelle Vander Westhuizen, you can say it properly, and have her share her story and share a little bit more about the patches.
Feels like my body has built resilience. It's got more capacity to repair. It's a lot more adaptable just in general to the environment and less reactive. I feel for the first time like health is not at the top of my list of things to worry about, and that feels great. I've got energy to be able to pursue things that I want to do and connect with my family and have energy for my family. All of the things that being unhealthy distract you from, basically.
Can you imagine waking up at 2 in the morning and not having to worry about your health? Wow. For some of us, that would be like winning the lottery.
I am not a doctor. I was a critical care nurse for 20 years. My name is Diane Hunt, and I worked in the open heart surgery, electrophysiology, and also post-open heart. Like Rachel said, I've never seen anything like this in my 20 years of nursing. So I'm so excited.
Think about that for a minute. 20 years as a critical nurse dealing with open heart surgery and other similar trauma situations.
Well, I'm a pediatrician, as she said. I live in Houston, Texas. So I'm going to get buried in these patches unless there's another technology that comes out. Okay. I'm going to have this on my grave. And I tell people that it's not a month thing. It's not a 2-month thing. It's also a lifestyle.
When a renowned skeptical pediatrician jokes about being buried in this patch, wow, you know that something extraordinary has happened to her and her practice.
Great. Hi, everybody. I'm a practicing family medicine doctor. I'm in Knoxville. I've been doing that for 22 years, and then I do have obesity medicine certification for 10. Really an absolute blessing, and it's just so easy to do. I have spent so much money on my wellness journey, and the price point for these patches is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, it was a no-brainer. When
most of us 55 and older, we have spent a fortune trying to feel normal again. And when a doctor calls this a blessing and loves the price.
My background is I'm in chiropractic. I have been a chiropractor for almost 30 years. You guys, here's what got me. And when I saw that there was over 200 patents for this technology, okay? This technology has the patents. It has the research. It is not under trial. And so when I heard that, I said, wow, the testimonies that I've seen, the testimonies that I've kind of looked at aren't on trial. They're proven.
Dr. Susie is 100% correct in what she said. This patch is not on trial with over 400,000 daily users.
Speaker, I believe Dr. Presant, last but not least, definitely. Thank you so much, Dr.
Hi,
Presant.
Rachel. Thanks for letting me participate. Just to give a little bit of my background, when I was in undergraduate school, I was very curious about biorhythms of the body and did a lot of reading about circadian rhythms. And I came to understand that the body reacts in different ways depending on light and darkness. And then when I went to medical school, I became an osteopathic physician in 1980. And their philosophy is that the body has the inherent capacity to heal itself. To be able to have a device that's wearable, portable, doesn't interfere with your lifestyle, and have it help your body to heal itself is an incredible uh, stroke of genius. I mean, people can't carry these big apparatuses around with them. And so this is really revolutionary um, in medicine. I think it's really a watershed, in the way that we look at medical treatments and just general wellness.
All right. That's fantastic. 7 doctors, 7 stories, and 1 amazing patch. I think the whole thing is just significant. It's changing people's lives around the world. I mean, think about it for a second. 400,000 people put one of these on their bodies today because it's been making a change, an improvement, a difference in their lives. These people live all over the world in 70 plus different countries, and every month they're buying another month's supply of this patch. So just remarkable, especially when you think about where this came from. This is David Schmidt. I'd like to introduce you to him. He is the CEO and inventor of X39. He started this business in 2004 when he was commissioned by the Navy SEALs to create a way for them to go on 60-plus hour missions in underwater subs without having to rely on caffeine and drugs. And so he created, not this is X39, but he created a patch that was specific to giving your body more energy. And that was the first product of LifeWave in 2004. From 2004 to 2020, the company grew to $20 million. Now, if you think about it, $20 million is a big accomplishment for any company. When you look at all the different companies that are out there, the vast majority of them never reach $20 million a year in revenue. But when this patch was introduced and hit the market in 2020, the company began an explosive growth because of the results people were getting from this patch. In 2020, we had $20 million in revenue, and by 2024, it was $600 million in revenue. That's 3,000% growth in a 4-year period. Spectacular. So David Schmidt personally has over 200 patents. He's the scientist and inventor of X39 and this particular technology. He specializes on age reversing, and in 2008, David focused his attention on stem cell research. And during that period, it took him 10 plus years to design and create the X39 patch, and he spent $4.5 million doing it. So this is patented technology. There's over 70 plus patents on the stem cell, on the patches, and on the stem cell therapy itself. And the United States government doesn't patent placebos. If you can't prove through, and with a wellness product, you prove it through clinical trials. If you can't prove that your product makes the impact, makes the change, makes the difference that you claim it makes, then they don't award you a patent. And there's over 80 plus patents on this particular technology because in over 80 different areas of what this technology is all about, they were awarded patents. And one of the most useful, interesting things about this is the human body has what's called copper peptides in it. As you get older, those copper peptides decline, similar to stem cells. And this patch, the X39 patch, increases copper peptides in the body. And that's what this specific patent talks about. It's elevating copper peptides, including activation of stem cells, improvements in energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction of inflammation, etc. And so it's a spectacular device. How it actually works is it's a proprietary form of phototherapy. It's patented nanocrystal technology. There's no drugs, no chemicals, no stimulants, no steroids. It reflects light to activate. It's non-transdermal. And what that means, when I first heard about this patch, I'd never heard of non-transdermal. What non-transdermal means is that nothing, if you put on a nicotine patch, that patch is going to pass nicotine into your body. Well, this doesn't pass anything but light. That's what they mean by non-transdermal. And it's non-invasive. Some of the benefits from X39 is you're going to get optimum health and wellness, improved exercise performance, improvements in strength, improvements in stamina, improvements of healthy energy flow, no drugs, no stimulants. For myself personally, I have more energy. I'm sleeping a lot better. I have better mental clarity. It's improved my foggy brain. My brain wasn't that foggy, but it definitely, my mental clarity is closer to what it was in my 20s, which is remarkable, spectacular. Some of the long-term results from X39 is early on, it's going to reset 4,000 genes in your body to an earlier state. Your brain is going to become balanced, collagen is going to increase, and your heart actually reverses in age. We have clinical trials showing that your heart reverses or gets younger, healthier. To use X39, you just simply put the patch on. You can put it on anywhere in the body. When you purchase it, there's a little pamphlet that comes with it. They recommend on the back of the neck or just below the belly button, but the recommendation is based off of the clinical trials. They had to have somewhere consistent for people to wear the patch so that the clinical trials would be considered valid. So 12 hours on, 12 hours off, put a new patch on. Really simple. Now, the testimonies of X39 are emotional and life-changing. There's some spectacular testimonies out there. So if you want more information about X39, I have links in the description below. But here's my recommendation. In fact, let me tell you a little secret. You got nothing to lose and a lot to gain. This is guaranteed. If after 90 days, use it for 90 days, and if you're not happy with the results, call up LifeWave. They'll refund you 100% of your money. You'll get your money back. So there's no risk at giving it a shot. And I recommend that you give it a shot. I know you might be skeptical. If you listen to the stories from these doctors, if you go a little bit deeper into what they have to say, and I'll tell you this, they were skeptical, but as they heard from more and more of their patients and clients, as they dug into the science behind it, they became convinced enough to try it with their family. And then all of the doctors that were in this video today have recommended it with patients. And so a doctor isn't going to use it with patients if he doesn't have a high level of confidence that it's going to help them and that it's not going to harm them in any way. So again, click the link below and give it your own 90-day trial. Put it on trial for yourself. Put it on your body for 90 days and then decide, hey, is this worth it? Now, I know a lot of people that have gotten results even faster than 90 days. Some people they have results in minutes or hours. Some people, they have results in days or the first couple of weeks. And some people, it takes 90 days. But we know from studies and research that 97% of the people that wear this patch have a result somewhere in the first 90 days, a positive, a beneficial result in the first 90 days. And that's why I'm so confident, and the company is so confident, that you've got a 90-day money-back guarantee to give it a trial for yourself. You can do your own personal study, your own personal trial, and determine for yourself if this is going to be something that you'd like to continue with, or whatever. But the decision is yours. And I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope that you have a fantastic day.